Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another Sea Bass with Deal episode. Now, this one you've been waiting on for a long time. I told you I was gonna make it, and I'm finally getting around to it just in time for your 4th of July cookouts. And before we get into the recipe, please do me that favor. Go ahead, like, subscribe, follow, and do all the things. And make sure you share this video, because today we're making the best, cheesiest, creamiest seafood mac and cheese. So mac and cheese. Listen, if you're on mac and cheese duty for the cookout, then the family obviously trusts you. You're the best cook in the family. You know what you're doing. Now, if you don't know how to make mac and cheese and you volunteer and you mess it up, you will go to a 0 real quick. Now, if you follow this recipe though, I promise you, they're gonna want it more every single time that there's a gathering. Now, for the ingredients today, we're gonna use some Cavatapi Pasta. I'll talk about that in a bit. We've got milk. We got heavy cream, butter, flour. We use a roux over here. You can do whatever you like, but we're gonna make it with a roux. For the seafood, we've got langostino tails, we've got shrimp, and we've got crab meat. Of course, we have the Bassett's Blend all-purpose, a little bit of Old Bay hot sauce for some heat, plus that Old Bay flavor for the seafood, and scallions. Now, of course, everybody wants to know, what's the cheese blend? What are you using? There's no Velveeta here, but we've got sharp cheddar, we've got Colby Jack, we've got a little bit of smoked Gouda, and some mozzarella that's gonna give you that nice cheese pool that everybody looks for. And then we've also got a little bit of cream cheese to keep that texture nice and silky smooth. Now, go ahead, grate up all your cheese yourself, come back to me and we'll get this recipe. Got our cheese all grated up, ready to go. Yes, the reason why you wanna grate your own cheese, when you buy it already shredded in those packages, they put chemicals and stuff in there to keep it from molding and keep it from sticking together if it gets hot. So anyway, just grade your own. You're gonna get a much better quality. It's not gonna be gritty and nasty. All right, get your water boiling, put some salt in there, and go ahead and get your noodles going. And then we're gonna start on our roux and get our cheese sauce ready to go. First things first, we've gotta make our roux. Roux is just a mixture of butter and flour, or fat and flour. This is what's gonna be the base, or to help thicken our sauce here. As that's melting, we'll go ahead, add in a 1/4 cup of flour. Now, you'll be able to find all the exact measurements in the caption below. This will also be up on my website as well. We're just gonna go ahead and whisk this for a bit, cook out that flour. We've been cooking our roux for just a few minutes. We've got a nice, what we call a blonde roux. It's got a nice yellowish, sort of beige tan color. We don't want it brown, we don't want a chocolate roux, we don't want it dark. We want this nice blonde roux. It's gonna help keep our color for our macaroni and cheese together. We don't want it to look too dark, right? In doing that, should have a nice nutty aroma. We're gonna go ahead, add in our heavy cream. We'll give that a good whisk. Just wanna make sure everything gets thoroughly combined. Make sure you get the corners and the edges and the crevices of your pot there. Now we're gonna go ahead and add in our milk. Listen, you can do all milk, you can do all cream, you can do whatever ratio you like. I like half and half here, half milk, half cream. I think it just gives me the texture and the velvetiness that I like in my macaroni and cheese. All right, we're gonna just whisk this. We're gonna bring this up to a boil until it starts to thicken, and then we'll go ahead and add in our cheese. Okay, our bechamel, right? We've started with a roux, we added in our milk and cream. We've now created a bechamel. It's starting to boil as you see the steam come out. It's starting to get a little bit thicker, as you can now see. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add in our cream cheese. We'll go ahead, add that in, and let that dissolve or combine into our mixture here. I'm gonna cut the heat down to a medium. We were on high, we're gonna cut that down to a medium now. Now that we've got the cream cheese incorporated in, we'll go ahead and start adding in our cheese a little bit at a time. Making sure we whisk this nice and smooth until it's all mixed together before we start adding some more. We don't wanna overfill the pot with the cheese, otherwise it's gonna clump together and we won't get that smooth, velvety sauce that we're looking for. Okay, we've got all of our cheese incorporated. I mean, this stuff looks great. Look at this, that drip there. We got creamy, we've got cheesy. Again, all the specific measurements will be down in the caption below, but for our seasonings, we're gonna go in with some of my Bassett's Blend all-purpose. About 2 tablespoons, tablespoon and a half. We're gonna add in a little bit of ground white pepper. White pepper is essential for macaroni and cheese. It gives it a great flavor. And then, optional, some Old Bay hot sauce, as much or as little as you like. I like a lot, but this isn't all for me, so we'll just put in a little bit here. Let's go ahead We'll give that a good mix. And then we'll test it again for flavor. Oh, smells amazing. Look at this. That looks fantastic. All right, our noodles are just about done. Let's talk about the noodles here. Traditionally, elbow noodles, right? Steam everywhere. Use whatever kind of noodles you like, but I love this Cavatapi. One, it's a little bit bigger noodle. You get more mouthfeel. It's got these little ridges on there for your pleasure. Plus those ridges to give it that gorilla grip. You know what I'm talking about? The cheese, everything is gonna stick to it. It's just a better noodle for me for macaroni and cheese. But like I said, we'll give one of these a taste. Let's see where we're at. You wanna cook these about 3 minutes less than what it says on the box. So let's go ahead. We'll drain this out. Let's go ahead, we'll cut that heat off. And I'm gonna put the noodles right back in, and we're gonna add half a stick of butter to this as well. We'll go ahead and mix that together. All right, now we'll add in our cheese sauce. Remember that your sauce should be pourable, not horrible. If it's thick and clumpy, you did something wrong. So let's go ahead and give that a good mix. Oh man, look at this. Look at that. Oh, smells amazing. That is great. Now that we've added in a little bit of our cheese sauce, let's go ahead, we'll add in our mozzarella now. This is what's gonna help give us that little string pull, right? A little cheese pull. Look at that. That is some cheesy mac and cheese. Now I told you this was a seafood mac and cheese, right? So now let's go ahead and get in our seafood. We're gonna go ahead, we'll add in some shrimp. Now these are already cooked. Same with the langostino tails. We'll add those in. There's a ton of seafood in here, guys. Ton. And then our crab meat. Now once we put the seafood in, we want to just gently sort of turn this over and fold it. We don't want to destroy the seafood, right? We want to be able to keep those clumps in here. Oh my God. The cheese pull on this, look at that. Oh man. Right? So a little bit more sauce in here. And we just mix this together so it's nice and combined. All right, now we're gonna put this into a casserole dish. We'll top it with a little bit more cheese, bake it in the oven until we get a nice golden crust. My oven's set to 375 degrees. Let's go ahead, we'll get this into our standard size casserole dish here. You can put this in an aluminum baking pan if you like, whatever works for you. Go ahead and get all that in here. Make sure you scrape the pan. We want no seafood left behind, right? Or noodles for that matter. I'll go ahead and level this out a little bit. Oh my God. If you could just smell this right now. That Bassett's Blends, if you haven't got it yet, go get some yesterday. All right, we get this here. Again, that last little bit of cheese sauce, we'll drizzle this on. And then we're gonna top it with some more cheese. I mean, it is mac and cheese after all, right? I have all of the cheese. Once we've got that, all our cheese down, we're gonna go ahead, sprinkle that with just a bit more of the Bassett's Blend all-purpose. And into the oven it goes. Now this is a good looking mac and cheese. It smells amazing. We've got a nice color here, a nice top. Nice little crisp to it. We're gonna let this sit for just a minute so that it will set. It's gonna be really loose right now, but what we will do is we're gonna garnish this with a little bit of green onion on top. Now this is totally optional. You don't need this if you don't want to, but again, it gives a little bit of color. I like it. Goes great with the seafood that's in here as well. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our seafood mac and cheese. Until the next dish, y'all. Do me that favor, please go ahead, like, subscribe, and follow.